Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Survey Technologies Dr. Alia Abdullah Saleh. Today me and my group will present about our case study, which is Bank Rakyat Twin Tower. So basically, let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhamad Iqmal bin AZLI, and my other group teammates, which is ASYIKIN SALLEH, Muhamad HILMAN, Muhammad AKMAL HAKIMI, and Muhammad SYAFIQ. So now I will present to you about the details of the building. So our case study is Bank Rakyat Twin Tower, which is MKBR, and the building address is 33 Jalan Rakyat, Brickfield, 50470, Kuala Lumpur, Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur. So the year of build is 2 years, which is in 2013 to 2015. It is start operating in 2016. The total area of the property is 1,825 square feet. It has two towers, which is Tower 1 and Tower 2. The height of the building in Tower 1, there are 38 stories of the twin towers being occupied by the Bank Rakyat. So as you can see at the bottom of the pages, there is the location and site plan of the Bank Rakyat Twin Tower.
Hi, my name is Muhamad bin MUHTAR, and I will explain about the limitation of the building. First is roof, secondly drainage, third services, and fourth is the office. Next is the building condition assessment. The defect that we get from the building is 20 defects. The total metric is 129. The total defect is 20. The total score is 6.45, and the overall building rating is fair. Next, as you can see, the pie chart. First, on the top of it is the type of defect of the pie chart. Secondly, the pie chart of the defect by element. And third is the pie chart of the defect by element.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad AKMAL HAKIMI bin ZULKIFLI. Now we move to indication plan. As we can see, there are 4 indication plan in this report, which is at level 5, level 8, level 9, and also level 11. For the defect, this is 2 examples of overall 20 defect. The first one is the defect number 17, level at level 9, the location at the basement. For the baris condition assessment rating, the condition is at level 3, which is poor. The priority scale at 4, which is cannot be functional and not acceptable standard. The metric scale at 12, which is yellow color, condition monitoring. The description of the defect is corrosion at the middle of the bifloor door. The possible causes is due to metal component exposed to chemical reaction with the presence of oxygen and water. For the symptom, is rusty metal and the opening door and door frames. The prognosis is rusty, pitting, cracking can occur, and also the damage of the material of the steel. For our remedies is, the first one is remove the old bifloor door. Secondly, measure the door opening to check the size and communication. And number 3 is install the new track and bracket on the door frame. The lastly is replace with the new folding door. Next, this is the defect at the number 10. The level is at 11th floor. The location at the lobby, and the element is in this defect is wall, and the component is finishes. For the baris condition assessment rating, the condition is at level 2, which is minor servicing, and the priority scale at level 2, which is a minor defect. The metric scale at 4, which is green color, need to be planned maintenance. The description of defect is stain mark on the wall next to the lift button. The possible causes is due to human activity. The symptom is blood stain, mark and uneven paint color near to the lift button. The prognosis is the aesthetic room faded. For our remedies, the first one is clear the debris and dust by using soap, water and sandpaper. Second, establish a smooth surface of plaster. Clean the area and repaint the wall with the same existing coding paint color. Now we move to costing. This costing refer to the JKR. For the first one is M49, provide surface and apply a layer of putty filler on the surface. The quantity is for 1 meter square and the price is at RM 4.20. Next is M51, is prepare the surface and apply 1 coat of premium. The quantity is for 1 meter square. The price is at RM 2.20. Lastly, M53 is prepare surface and apply 1 coat of finisher's paint. The quantity is for 1 meter square. The price is rate at RM 2 ringgit. It also need to be include additional cost due to the location, need at 5%, and additional cost due to road to work that only can be passed by 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive, need to add 2 more %. And lastly, additional cost percentage due to less than 500 ringgit, which is 5%. So the final cost of this defect is RM 9.44. For next costing, it also same as before, also same refer to JKR price list. The final cost of this defect that include 5% of additional cost due to the location, 2% of additional cost due to road to work that can be passed only by 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive, and also need 5% of additional percentage due to less than 500 ringgit. The total is RM 9.21. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad bin SUHAIMI. So for my part, I will share about summary costing from our case study. So as you can see at the table, costing description is cost of remedial works. The total cost is 1,534 ringgit and 37 cent, and for the overall cost, 1,534 ringgit and 37 cent. And the summary of costing is 1,534 ringgit and 37 cent, which is the total cost of remedial works. The total cost of remedial works for crack is 124 ringgit and 93 cent, while the total cost of remedial works for dampness is 986 ringgit 37 cent. Then 6 ringgit 15 cent is the total cost of remedial works for the defects that has hole. Moreover, the total cost of remedial works for blistering paint on the wall surface is 121 ringgit and 56 cent. Other than that, the remedial cost for concrete spoiling at the edge of the wall is 15 ringgit 91 cent. After that, the remedial cost for peeling of paint is 150 ringgit and 66 cent. Next, the total cost of remedial works for corrosion is 9 ringgit 44 cent, such that the total cost of remedial works for missing nose tiles is 103 ringgit and 69 cent. Lastly, the total cost of remedial works for uneven ceiling board is 0 ringgit because no need repair work. Just remove and reinstall the ceiling board.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is ASYIKIN binti SALLEH and I will be presenting about the conclusion and recommendation for this case study. For the conclusion, the property is naturally starting to show some sign of aging. As one might be expected, several repairs were needed with a total metric of 129 score, with the overall 20 defect of this building is score 6.45, which is fair. And there is a several type of the defect that have been found in this building, such as dampness, stain mark, peeling paint, and the other. But the most defect that we can conclude is a dampness. For the metric analysis for the defect, 60% defect is on the fair condition, 40% more defect on the good conditions. For the element defect, that most affected element is the wall and the ceilings, range about 70% from overall the defect. Okay, for the recommendations, this building is need to do repairing work on the ceiling. The condition of the ceilings inside the building is not good condition. For the ceiling, the best way to prevent ceiling stain mark, dampness or any kind of defect on the ceiling is trying to find the causes of dampness from. So for example, if the defect stain mark on the ceiling surface that was causes of defect from leaking water above the ceiling itself, and usually it might be leaking from the roof or it is from the air condition ducting inside the ceiling. This way to prevent the defect happen again and replace the new ceilings. Okay, other than that, repairing work that must be done to fix the defect on the building included clear and wash the molds, stain and vegetations. Fix all the roof leak, which is generate the dampness on the ceiling surface. So another suggestion for this owner of this building, make sure all the elements for repair work are used high quality and do not use a low quality materials as used as before, because it will be dangerous to occupants. The owner should be hire contractor that have a maintenance on the building. All repairing and maintenance work of each defect and its costing JKR standard are already provided. Owner is advised to use guidelines before commencement of work, and all assessments are based on the accessibility of the staff around the building and by usual visual evaluation. So that's all from me, and yeah, thank you.